I would like to give a small instructions like good evening children. All your audios are on mute and it will stay the same way throughout the session to avoid any sort of disturbance during the session. And you can very well turn your videos on as well as your audios will be unmuted selectively as per the request from Anand sir. So don't worry about it. Any doubts you have in between the session, you can please note it down and put it on the chat box, or there will be provisions given to you, time given to you to raise your hands. You can all use your raise hand facility and we will unmute you, okay, when you raise your hands. So when you have doubts, you can put it in the chat and you can raise hands when we are telling you to raise hands and respond, okay, not now, okay, otherwise don't raise hands. Once we are telling, you can raise the hands. And hope you all have a wonderful session today. Now I request Gifta to start the session officially with the welcome address. Or there will be provisions given to you, time given to you. Gifta, you can start.
Good evening, everyone. Things work out best for those who make the best of how things work out. I am Gifta from the Velamal International School, and I take the honor in welcoming our respected Director Sir, Director Ma'am, Creative Director Mr. Murali Shroff Sir, our guest speaker Mr. Anand Narayanan Sir, Head of Chakravarti Mr. Divish Sir, Head of Business Strategies Mr. Srinath Sir, Vice President, Zonal Heads, principals, teachers, dear parents, and my fellow students for today's talk session on essential life skills. Travel becomes easy with right direction. Today's session is about to steer us clear towards the right direction with the essential life skills necessary to make ourselves indomitable. Our speaker for today, Mr. Anand Kumar Narayanan Sir, is a learning and development consultant and a facilitator. During his training career, Sir has conducted nearly 750 full-day training programs. With this special note, I request our guest speaker to take the screen. Please, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that introduction. Thank you. Thank you and good evening to all of you. Can you all see me first of all? So good evening to all of you if you can see me there. Good evening and welcome to this workshop. What we are going to talk about, I'm sure people remember that we had opened on the Lifestyle CVs program and we had spoken about life skills. We've had an introduction earlier and then we spoke about, we opened with the first life skill called self-awareness, right? So that is what we looked at, self-awareness in the last session that we all met. So today we're going to look at the next important life skill, and that is becoming an extremely important life skill in today's context. Also, it has always been an important life skill, but it is more becoming an important life skill because the modes and methodologies, everything is changing consistently. And the life skill I'm talking about is called effective communication skills. Okay, so that is what we are going to talk about. So let me just project my PPT. Give me just 1 second. Yeah. So are you able to see my PPT there?
Yes, sir, it is visible. You can put it into a full screen. Yes, sir, now it is clear. Yeah.
Yeah. So right. So we looked at self-awareness. Today we're going to look at the effective communication skills, right? So what do you think is effective communication skills? When I say communication, what comes to your mind? I want people to respond here. Okay, by the way, I think I didn't do what I normally do. Let me not open my PPT. Can we have a good evening from all of you the moment I say 1, 2, 3, good evening team? I want all of you to speak at one point and then stop in probably 20 seconds time, not more than that. Srinath sir, you can mute and unmute in 20 seconds. Okay.
I'm doing it now, sir. I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
So now, children, all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Anand sir, you can try unmuting once, sir.
Yeah. So can
Yeah.
you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfect.
Okay. Good evening, team. Good evening to all of you. Good to hear from all of you again today. Yeah. Now we'll go and open our session. Sorry, just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Give me just 1 second.
No issues.
Yeah. So let me see now if I can project. Yeah. Can you see my PPT now?
Yes, sir. It is visible. Yes.
Visible. Okay. Okay. When I tell you effective communication skill, what comes to people mind here? One or two of you can respond.
Yeah.
You can raise your hand. Srinath
Yeah.
sir
Yes,
will
ma'am.
unmute.
Ruthvi Shri.
Yes. Tell me, Rutvi.
Ma'am, sir, effective communication means like if we want to communicate means like if we want to talk to someone, we need to know a particular language, and that language should contain proper grammar. So it's
Okay.
very important for our life skill. Without communicating, we can't. Basically, everyone communicate like they share others' feeling and they
Very
communicate.
good. Very good. That is excellent. You've spoken about feeling, speaking, communication. Good thought. Good thought there. Thank you so much. One more.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So Kanishka, can you please unmute? Kanishka, you can. Yeah. Tell me again.
Sir, can you hear me,
Yeah.
sir?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you, Kanishka. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Effective communication refers to the expression of feeling about thing or themselves. It affects expression of positive or negative feelings.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, that's again another very powerful thought coming from you in terms of expression of feelings. Very well said. Okay, go ahead. One more.
So Sai. Okay. The Darshan Shekhar, can you please unmute? Darshan Shekhar.
Sir, yes, sir.
Go ahead,
Sir, yes,
Darshan.
sir. Sir, actually, for me, I think so. Effective communication skill means people to people speaking a language that should be with good grammar and good feeling, sir. And we should communicate it very properly, sir.
Yeah. Okay, communicated properly. Well said. Well said. As all of you said, you already answered my question. So, communication, the basics. So, I'm going to give you some basics and then move on with it. Communication, in any communication basic, there are only two parties primarily. Okay. There is one party who's a sender, like you see in the image on the slide, and one party, there is a receiver. Okay. Right. So, the sender is sending a message, receiver is receiving his message, sender is encoding his message and sending what he wants to say with the feeling, thoughts, words, grammar, everything encoded into one thing, as you correctly put it, Darshan and others. And the receiver on the left hand side decodes everything and understands. Okay, so it is not only essential that the sender uses understands good grammar good language, good grammar, good feeling to communicate the feeling. The receiver should also be knowing good grammar, good language, so that they can decode. Okay, so that is something that you need to shift, that it's not only the sender but also the receiver who needs to have that knowledge of grammar, language, all those things, to decode the message and understand it in the right manner. Because when you encode and send a message, you want the other person to understanding something in a particular manner. If the sender does not understand it in that particular manner, that is called misunderstanding. Okay, that is called misunderstanding, right? Okay, now let's face it, you can't see me currently. I'm just giving you one example. If you can't see me currently, and uh, I am encoding my message not only with a word, okay, and I am encoding my message with a visual also. Okay, Now let's try and understand this. Okay. Now I'm going to stop my video and I'm going to make a statement. And now you should encode this. Okay. Please don't talk. Now decode this. Now decode this. What did I say? Anyone can respond. One of you can raise your hand. What did I just say?
Want Kamala Varshini to or Nandita to unmute.
Yep.
Nandita, you can unmute. Nandita, you can unmute. No. Hari Prasanna, you can unmute. Hari Prasanna, unmute.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. What did I just say when I switched off my video?
Sir, you said do not talk, sir.
Oh, what did you feel? How was my feeling? In the sense.
Sir, you are very angry, sir.
What told you I'm angry?
Sir, your sound and your voice, sir.
My voice and my sound. That is not my sound. That is my tone that told you that I'm angry. Excellent. Excellent. You got it right. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing and tell me if my first message and second message are same or different. Okay. Okay. Ready? Ready? Please don't talk. Now, is the message the same? Same, different, confusing? What it is?
You want me to unmute?
Yeah. You can unmute any one of these students.
Yeah. Okay. Nandita, now can you try unmuting? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. The difference.
You said it very soft and kindly.
Okay. Difference between my first and second statement.
First was like embarrassing and
angry.
Like, why should we do it? And the second one was so kind.
Kind. But was my message? So you got my tone as kind. But when you saw me and the way I spoke, right? Was it clear? Was it confusing?
It was clear, sir.
How it was clear? Anyone else? Anyone who was confused can raise the hand.
Maybe I'll give the chance. Okay, there are many people who have raised their hands.
Yeah. Why? Any one of them.
Sai Shri, can you please unmute?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was it confusing for you?
No, sir, it was clear only.
Clear. Okay. I want someone to raise a hand who found it confusing.
So what I'll do is I'll lower every single hands raised.
Yeah. Only people who are confused should raise their hand.
Children, please don't raise the hands now. You can raise it after I lower everybody's hands. Yeah, now you can raise the hands. Those who feel that you are confused, you can raise the hands now.
Yeah, 3 participants. Okay,
yeah,
they are. You can.
Can you unmute? Gopika Shri, can you unmute? Yeah, you can answer.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Why was it confusing for you? Why was it confusing?
Yes, sir. For me, it was confusing. Why me slightly? It was slowly, sir. You said that slowly, and it was like kindly, sir.
And why was it confusing? Okay. Thank you. No problem. So I know people did not notice this. Okay. Which is why I wanted to do this with you. You know, I encoded with not. So first statement, what I did, I encoded. So first, I'll repeat what I did and then I'll explain this to you. So first statement, please don't talk. Okay. So in this statement, I encoded my words okay, with an expression or with a tone of what, with the expression you found to be anger. And probably as students, you are very used to teachers teaching in talking in that tone, so it was easy for you to understand. Second one, look at me carefully, and then tell me if it is confusing. Please do not talk. Okay. Now only confused people who are confused. Now try again. You can unmute one of them, sir. Let's see if they can answer this. Go ahead. Sir, Srinath sir, you can unmute someone.
Sir, Nagavarshika, I have unmuted. Please tell Nagavarshika.
Yes, sir. What was confusing means you were shaking your head when you are saying that, sir.
Shaking head in what manner?
You are shaking the manner you have to say, you have to speak like that.
Correct. Thank you. So when in the first, I did the same thing in the first stint, but you assumed in your head that I'm only saying please don't talk. But if you had encoded, so you didn't decode it properly. If you had decoded, it was not only words, the tone was not as if don't do, it was as if you do. And my head also never said, when you said don't do, I would have said, please don't talk. Am I right or wrong? Okay. I would have said, but then I said, please don't talk. So there was a mismatch between what my body language and what I was saying, but none of you decoded it. Okay, so you don't only in communication, you don't only just speak with your words, you speak with your expressions, your gestures. In while which is encoding, while decoding, listening, you don't only listen with your ears, you should also keep your eyes open and see, okay, what are the expressions coming with it, right? As you move on, you got to sharpen these skills, very important. So communication is just not that speaking. What is communication then? Communication is more than speaking. Communication is there are four functions in communication: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Okay. So when you speak, it's an output function. Okay. When you listen, it's an input function, which means when you listen, message and information go in. When you speak, message and information come out. Right? And you don't only communicate while you speak, you also communicate while you write. To write something, so when you write, and before that, you also got to have an input function of reading, which means when you read, you take in information. When you write, you give out information. You communicate inwards when you speak. When you read, you communicate outward when you write. So all four are important aspects of communication. Right? I asked the other day, I asked the question, how do we first talk? How does the first child first talk? What are the first thing they do? Do they listen first after we are born, or we read first, or we speak first?
There is an answer called listen in the chat.
Correct. So we all, thank you. No, but this is okay. I've already asked this question. So we listen first. If we don't listen, we don't speak. See, a lot of times, I don't know how many of you know this. Unfortunately, God forbid, if no one should have it, kids who are people who are deaf and dumb by childhood, by birth, actually they can speak. But because they can't listen, they can't understand the tone, the words, the pronunciations, and everything, which is why they're not able to speak. So they're called deaf and dumb. Right? Because unless our ears work, our tongues and our throats will not work. So listening, speaking, reading, and writing largely happens parallelly, because that is where schooling comes into play. Right? When people are educated, the most important thing, first thing they learn is to read and write. So all four are key important aspects of communication as a life skill that enhance your life, that help you move the vehicle of your life on a daily basis. Right? How you communicate, because we work with people, process, and everything, right? How you communicate from a young age matters. Your quality of listening, quality of speaking, quality of reading, and quality of writing equally strengthens. If you don't read much, you can't write much. If you don't listen much, you can't speak much. Very simple. They all go in equal balance, right? It's a very important life skill today because we are living in a society. We work with, we study in a class. We live in an apartment or a colony where there are people, right? And everything is about communication. It's not just a small skill. It's a life skill today. You only educate when you pass out of the school, when you write an exam, you make presentations, you speak in the class, you listen, you attend classes to listen to your teachers and capture knowledge. You read books. All put together is when you step by step grow in your life and get educated and grow in your life. So very important, specifically as students, I think it is important to develop these important 4 skills. Okay, so I'm going to briefly talk about each one of those skills and then move to a very important part of in today's context. Okay, yeah. Okay, so any questions from anyone so far? Any thoughts, any questions? If people have raised their
So
hands,
please post it in the chat if you have any
yeah,
questions.
post in the chat so that I can read also.
Yeah,
Just
because there is multiple raised hands
yeah,
right.
no problem. So we'll look at the chat. We'll multitask. No question? No, sir. Okay, no problem. Okay, yeah, great. Uh, so now let's briefly look at each one of them and see what are some good ways to sharpen them. You already in school and you're already studying, and many of you know communication, like you get some brilliant answers. So what I'm trying to help you is just polish your communicate. When I say polish, what do we do when we wear shoes for school? Do we wear the same shoe for 1 year? What do we do? You can respond in chat. What do we do? What do we do? We buy a shoe on the beginning of correct. How regularly do we polish? Buy new. Okay, buy new every day? No. We use the same shoe, right? Okay, how frequently do we polish? Daily. Exactly, daily, once a week. Minimum is once a week, or twice a week, or daily. If you don't polish, what will happen? Respond in chat. If you don't polish, what will happen? You can respond in chat. Okay, only dirty? Only dirty? Okay, smell. How long will that shoe come for you? Yeah, it will wear down and it will tear, it will become old. So instead of 1 shoe per year, you will end up buying 3 shoes a year. Polishing is not only to avoid dirt, but also to give a long life to the shoe. Similarly, our communication needs to serve us till the end of our life, which is why it is a life skill. Our communication needs to serve us till the end of our life. So how frequently should we polish? Then, how frequently should we polish our communication skill so that it comes to us till the end of the life, end of our life? Regularly. Yeah, exactly. So for that, how do we polish? Only put a brush? Only put a brush all the time? How do we polish? Only brush will do for 1 year? Then, if no, then shoe polish. Similarly, if you're talking about communication skill, you need to know little more. You need to understand certain processes, certain things, which can be your polish to polish it. You need to learn more, keep learning on the front of communication. Right? People who are good speakers don't remain good speakers if they don't learn new things, don't polish their speaking skills. People who are good writers don't remain good writers if they don't polish their writing skills. To polish their speaking and writing skills, to polish your speaking skills, they listen more. To polish their writing skills, they read more. Okay? Yeah? Great. Thank you. Right? So, so we're going to talk about speaking. In speaking, while you're speaking something, as I showed you, there are 2 parts to it. One is a verbal communication when your words come out. Okay, you when you're speaking. One is a non-verbal communication, right? And the verbal and non-verbal needs to match, right? So that is what I showed you now. That when I said it was confusing, but I said please don't talk. No, my non-verbal and verbal did not match. Okay, please come here. Please come here. Is it right? My verbal and non-verbal. Please see my action on the video. Please come here. Is it right? Okay. Now, please come here. Please go there. Is it right? Please go there. I will definitely do it for you. I will definitely do it for you. Is it right? Why? 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 You can respond in chat. Why? You can respond in chat. Why? My action is wrong. Your expression and gestures don't match. Exactly. So the verbal and non-verbal needs to match. Okay. Yeah. So, what are some typical important things that we need to learn if we want to polish our verbal skills? Right. A verbal skill is important is grammar. We need to have the right grammar, use the right grammar in any language. This is nothing to do with language. Language gives you words, grammar gives you expression. Okay, so you need to any language, be it Tamil, be it English, be it Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Gujarati, Punjabi, Marathi, grammar is important along with the language. Okay, so right grammar gives the right tonality, right expression, so that decoding becomes easier. Definitely, along with grammar, there's pronunciations that's important, right? Okay, and we see a lot of people when they don't like I always heard this expression, I can't be able to do, sir. Is it right grammar? I can't be able to do. Is it right grammar? What is the no? Can you respond? Is it right grammar? No. Why not? Why not right grammar? And what is the right grammar? Correct. Right grammar is I won't be able to do. Right? Can't be yes used like this. Okay, correct. And let me here give you a very small story for you. Many of you would have heard me in 2 or 3 sessions. Do you think my grammar is okay? Do you think my grammar is okay? Okay. Any you see any mistakes there? Super. Okay. You see any mistakes there? Perfect. No. Let me tell you a secret if you think it's a good grammar. No mistake. You know why? I focused in my school. This grammar was built in my school. Let me tell you, grammar cannot be built beyond school. Yeah. I don't need to polish it daily. I polish daily in school. Okay. Till class 12, English was my favorite subject. More than that, I focused on the grammar. Of course, I had good teachers. But when teachers teach, if we sleep, we will not get good grammar. Let me tell you, school is the foundation of good grammar. No one is ready to work on good grammar after that. When your teachers are teaching and you polish it by reading more, by speaking more outside school also, right? Asking people to correct your grammar. That is how your grammar will get polished. But school is the foundation. So when you are learning language, when you're learning grammar, learn with a focus that it is going to be useful till life, entire life, for life, till the end of your life. I made that mistake saying till life. You see? How many of you caught that? I made a grammatical mistake deliberately. Till life. How many of you caught that mistake? You didn't. See, you caught. Wonderful. Okay. So, school is extremely important for grammar. School day, school time, the English that you read in school, any language, be it English, Tamil, Sanskrit, or anything that you read in school, that is where you learn grammar. Okay, so you need to focus, not with focus on examination and saying, focus that is a life skill, is a learning for life. And whenever I come across so many years, my English teachers, I always thank them for teaching me good grammar, because it has always stood me in great value in my life. Okay, so why I'm sharing the story about myself is because you guys are all in school, an important time. No one, your parents, your teachers should not be pushing you to learn grammar. You should be interested and saying, I want a correct grammar. I don't want to make mistakes. And I still see a lot of people who don't do that. I can't be able to do so. I can't be able to do so. Many of them use it without knowing it is wrong grammar. Next comes pronunciations. Okay. Now, I'm going to pronounce something. Then you have to tell me whether it's right or not. Okay. Particular. What did I say? Particular. Particular. What did I say? What was the word? Correct. Okay. Care. Share. Okay. You don't need to expand share. Share. Share will do. I'm sharing. Immediately. Immediately. Pronunciation is immediately, not immediately. Okay. Antenna. Antenna. See, many of you have got not a correct. It's antenna. Antenna. So pronunciation is a debatable subject. Okay. The reason I'll tell you what we do in pronunciation is we are only speaking English at this point. Any language goes through it. Any language. Okay, right. So in pronunciation, what we do is we think in our mother tongue. We think in our mother tongue. We try to translate English into English and then speak. A lot of time, what I say is we dip English in our mother tongue and speak. Okay, that is why the grammatical mistakes happen. The pronunciations come. College. Okay, Prozac. Sir, I'm doing a good Prozac. College. You know what is college? What is college? It is college, correct. Okay. Lot of people, so pronunciations is, so it's a debatable subject because we dip in our mother tongue. So a Tamil, for someone with Tamil mother tongue, will have a Tamilish flavor to the English. Someone is a Marathi mother tongue. So FATHER, what is it? How do you think a few people produce in India? It is father, right? They produce father. Because in that language, fur is not there. So a lot of languages do not have syllables. So we end up pausing them in English also. So it's a debatable subject. So in pronunciation, there is something called as a US English, there's a UK English. The best is the Indian English. There's a neutral Indian English. You cannot avoid your mother tongue, or more than mother tongue, the language that you speak predominantly, to slip into your English. That you can't avoid. No one can say I'm perfect. There will be a few words where you will pronounce according to the flavor of your mother tongue. Okay. But there is a neutral English where we can kill off lot of these flavored pronunciations and go to correct pronunciation. You cannot speak the US English. I see a lot of people coming and speak the US English. Not needed. That's not needed. You don't need to speak US English. Okay. So pronunciation is another thing that comes the earlier in your life that you work, the earlier your pronunciation become neutral. I mean, I don't know, a lot of people have a debate. I see a few news channels like NDTV having decent neutral Indian pronunciations. A few TED talkers today, Indian TED talkers, speak beautifully in Indian English. You got to listen to all of them. And when you listen, practice that pronunciation, stop your own pronunciations. Okay. No, Arnab Goswami is not great. He only speaks ta 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 ta. No, he's not. He's not a great. He doesn't pronounce it properly because you can't even listen. He's only shouting all the time. Correct. Not. I will not agree with Arnab Goswami. NDTV, Pranab Roy, and few the newer ones are also decent. But I'm not too sure. You need to look at lot of Oprah Winfrey's English is not. As Indians, please don't go behind Oprah Winfrey's very, very US pronunciations. No. Look at Indians who speak well. Okay. And then pick that up. So that's pronunciation for you. We also have a voice, right? And we also have a volume. I can speak like this. I can speak like this. Like you see in a radio or a tape recorder or a TV, earlier it used to have this volume, no volume control on the remote. Like we have volume control today, like that we have a volume control here, like a button here. We can increase, we can decrease. We need to know where to speak in what volume. Okay. And along with volume, then we also have pitching. What pitch are we speaking? High pitch, low pitch, important. Then of course, what important is, if I speak, if I want to say that voice, volume, pitch and pace is important, then verbal communication will happen. Key to verbal communication. Are you able to understand anything? Why? 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 Too fast, right word. And that is the speed and the pace. Today, lot of speakers in news channels also speak very fast. You have to speak at the same time. You can't speak. Okay. Verbal communication. In verbal communication, voice, volume, pitch. See, a lot of people never say pitch. Pitch and pace. What is the problem? Exactly. It has to be the right pace so that the receiver is able to decode what you are trying to say. So now the interplay with what you speak is your volume, voice, pitch, and pace. This is based on, this gives form to expression, which means what I want to say is a mix of all these things. That is called voice modulation. When I modulate my voice with different pitch, different volume, different pace, like I said, please don't talk, right? My pitch and volume will tell you that I'm angry. Please don't talk. Okay. Oh, you are very good students. What did my pitch and volume say? Correct. I'm in appreciative tone along with my expression. Yeah, I can't say you're good students. In anger. In anger. Will I do that? I cannot. You cannot appreciate people in anger, right? In an angry tone. So the emotion you want to say, the expression you want to give comes with your voice, volume, and pitch. Okay. So in terms of verbal, when we are using our words, grammar, pronunciation, voice, volume, pitch, and pace is important. Thank you, guys. I'm really enjoying the way you guys are responding on chat. It also relieves Srinath sir and the commotion also that we get when we unmute audio. Are you all okay with this interaction on the chat, or you would want to speak? Anyone who wants to speak? Okay, who's that? Wait. Okay, Kanishka wants to speak, sir. You can unmute her, Srinath sir.
Kanishka, you can unmute yourself now. Kanishka, please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now you
Yeah,
can.
tell me, ma'am.
Yeah.
So you would like to speak, not chat.
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
So communication develops our grammar and pronunciation. So
But it is the mode is not only speaking, right? What did we say? The output function is not only speaking, right? Right, Kanishka?
yes, sir.
What is the other output function I just spoke about?
So chatting.
Not chatting. In the previous slide, I spoke about it. Speaking and that is listening is input.
Yes,
Kanishka,
sir.
for you, what did I say? Speaking and input function, output function. Two output functions. Input function where listening and reading. Output function where speaking and no problem.
Listening.
Speaking,
So
no, output function speaking and writing. So when you write, it is also a communication. So it is okay. I am still you want to communicate to me. My chat window is open when you are writing. Even then you are communicating. Okay. You may prefer speaking, but does not mean only speaking develops your communication. Okay. Writing
okay.
also develops your communication. Right or wrong?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So when you chat, I'm also reading the chat, right? So I'm understanding what many are saying. Writing is important. A lot of people are talking about we can take notes if we write and all those stuff. So good, Kanishka. Thanks for that thought. I'm glad you raised that. Kamala Vashini also want to speak, sir. Can you unmute her?
1 minute, sir. Kamala Varshini, can you please raise your hand? Kamala Varshini has not raised her hand. Kamala Varshini, can you
But
please?
she's writing on chat that I want to speak.
Yeah. And Amudan 9th B is asking unmute Amudan, please, sir. Unmute Amudan, please.
No, okay. No, I'm going to tell you. Let's go to Anbu Selvam Kalaimuttu.
Anbu Selvam Kalaimuttu. Yes, sir. I'm asking Anbu Selvam to unmute now.
Yeah.
So yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, Anbu Selvan. Tell me, sir, why you wanted to speak? Why do you want to speak?
So speaking can make the session interactive, sir, and not bored.
Okay. It can make the session interactive and not it will not get bored there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
Sir,
Thanks.
I already attended your sessions with my sister in April month, sir,
Okay. Then.
and I've heard your speeches, sir.
Okay, you heard me speak. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Okay, right. So we got to speak also. So that's where we are there. So that is verbal communication. Thank you all of you for your responses. Now, there are some key aspects. So as I said, when I use my gestures, when I use my shook my head, those are all my postures. When you use your body, they are postures. When you use only your hands, they are gestures. So when I said, please go away, please come here, I'm complementing my words with a gesture so that the receiver can decode easily. right? So non-verbal aspect is very important. In fact, there's a research, a very popular research by Dr. Albert Mehrabian, who speaks about how uh, the non-verbal part of it is more is people catch the non-verbal part quicker than the verbal part. Obviously, you couldn't do it because you're on chat. We are on online meeting. If I was in front of you physically, you would have caught that instantly. Okay, right. So very important. So getting the good postures. Okay, non getting your postures along with what you want to say, very important. Using proper gestures, not negative gestures. No, same appearance also matter while you're talking. Okay, eye contact extremely critical these days. Please maintain soft positive eye contact, not aggressive eye contact. So soft positive constructive eye contact when you look into people. So look into people's eyes and talk, but obviously be careful when you are doing it. Okay, right? So non-verbal communication is posture, gesture, appearance, as I demonstrated in the beginning of the session itself. They go hand in hand with verbal communication, which makes your speaking and speaking part more powerful. This is about speaking. When you speak, you not only use your words and verbal communication, you also use your gestures, postures, appearance, eye contact to communicate with the receiver. That is about speaking. Now we will go to the listening process. So what is listening? Right. So listening is active listening is a four-step process. Very simple. You got to, when you listen, you have to listen. Hearing is not listening. When you listen, you got to use confirming statements, summarize the key facts that you have taken, that someone is saying. You can always go back and say, what I heard you say is A, B. That's what I wanted. I don't know, I forgot her name, to do when I said what were the output functions, right? So it was very clear she had not been listening there, because she couldn't confirm to me saying, sir, that was writing. If you listen, you will be able to confirm. So listening process, your words go in, that's only hearing. You listen it when you register in your head, and you ought to summarize, because you got to know whether you listened it correctly for the expression, for the thought that is coming. And ask a question: am I right here? What I heard you say, is this so? Is my understanding of what you said is correct? And then agree. Okay, fine. Right? Okay, then there is an agreement saying, I am right. That is how you listen. Is not just listening and going. A lot of time listening, while specifically while communicating, is to summarize, ask that question. If you are right, if you have doubts, ask that question, and then get the statement that is going to come to you in a constructive manner. That is a listening process. Okay, that's how you listen. Now, those are two functions when we say listening. Fortunately, unfortunately, in schooling, we listen a lot. But are we listening or are we hearing? When our mind is distracted, we are not listening. If we are listening, what we listen will register, and we will have a doubt coming out of it. We will communicate. We'll say, okay, madam, you're trying to say this, sir, you're trying to say this, right? This is what I understood. Am I right in my understanding? Then I'll say you're listening to me properly. Okay. Now, next comes good return communication skill. Very simple. Return communication does not come overnight, despite the fact that we start our listening communication skill learning right from class nursery, right from letters, words, sentences, constructions, expressions, grammar, everything coming in. It doesn't happen overnight. It requires a lot of planning, reading, drafting, revising, editing. Editing is changing. So when you write something, many times you go back and you cut. That is editing. So it requires planning, which means just don't start writing. Think in your head, okay, what is that I want to write and what expression I want to give. Okay, right. And if you want to write better, when you write something, not in your exam specifically, if you generally write something, it's okay to show someone and understand. In exam, we show it to a subject matter expert. If you write an science exam, you show it to your science teacher. When you do science assignments also, the teacher evaluates for your writing also. Please understand. And in writing, there are no shortcuts. The more you write, the more your writing goes up. Today, there is enough scope for students also to write. right? There is blogging happening, what not happening, so many things you can write in students magazine. Lot of students who are good writers, lot of good writers, if you ask them, they'll say, I started writing for my school magazine, right? And I used to write well. When I say writing has two parts, word, the grammar, words, expressions, and also the handwriting, quality of handwriting. When you practice, your quality of handwriting also goes up. You may say, sir, who is using handwriting? Even now, handwriting is more powerful than online typing. Please understand. So good written communication is important, because when you write, in writing, the power to make meaning is with the receiver. I'll give you one example. Okay, right? When you write that, when I speak, there is expression. If the same thing I write, please don't speak, and please don't speak, will you know that I'm angry? I'm just writing, please don't speak. Will you know that I'm angry? Correct. So you can make any meaning out of it. You can say he's just saying it, he's requesting, or probably I'm angry. I can't write in anger, no? Can I? Which is why it's important. Can I write in anger? Correct. Which is why it is important that you write properly, because it has to, writing expression is very different. It comes with consistent writing. And good writing also includes good language and good grammar. So, which is why I said, specifically English being a working language, any other language, why only English? It is in school that we, exactly. In writing, you have to use adjective. In while speaking, I don't need to use adjective to describe my anger. Just my tone will tell you, right? That's very well said. In writing, you can use your adjectives. But the same statement will not say whether I spoke in anger or not. Right or right? Right or wrong? Correct? Okay. So very important that you practice writing consistently. Okay. So writing is again in school. You pick up speaking, writing, all these skills in school. So focus when you write. Write from the quality of your handwriting. Write from, when you write with hand, your thinking is far sharper connected to your writing rather than typing. Okay. So when you write in school, so writing skills is also very important. So in school is what we learn all these things. So which is why it's important. It's a life skill, and this also comes for life. You have to write something. You have to write it in a manner that you're able to communicate, and the other person is able to, receiving person is to understand what you want to communicate from your writing. Okay, that's key to good reading. What's the key to good reading? Now, it's a good. How do you build a good reading habit? A lot of people will say, yeah, we are reading books. So unfortunately, and I'm being very honest here, unfortunately, as a student, there's so much pressure to read, that as a student, when you read, it is not so pleasurable. It is not more relaxing for you, but there's a target to read, there's a target to understand. But even that is important, right? But reading skills per se is when you read on your own, when you go to a library and pick a book on your own and start reading. That is where reading skill comes in. Okay, what are some things that you can do to build your reading skills? Understand, create a reading list of books that you would like to read. Anyone who has a reading list of books that you want to read, you have not read till now, sorry, you want to read, that you have not read till now and you want to read? Anyone who can tell me in the name of the book that you would want to read, one or two books. Okay, the Diary of Anna, the Diary of Anna. Sudha, what is the book name? Not Sudhamurthy is the author. Wings of Fire. Thank you. Let's see. Let's see. I want people to respond on chat. Don't write a book right now. If you have been thinking for some time that you want to read this book, but you have not read, it is in your wish list. Please write To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay. Which book of Harry Potter? Which book of Nancy Drew? Yeah, Malgudi Days. Okay. Goosebumps by whom? Okay. Origin of Species. Okay. A brief history. Thank you. Okay. Mrs. Pepperpot. Okay. I see a lot of people interested in reading here. Okay. Harry Potter. Okay. Good. fantasy of adventure. Goosebumps seems to be a very popular book. Who has written Goosebumps? Ponniyin Selvam, very good, a classic there. Grandmother stories. Okay, these books should not be something that you have read. I want now people to write book they are looking to read in the next probably 2-3 months. Okay, I get to see Nandita saying Ponniyin Selvam. Bharatiya history books you want to learn. Okay, that's great. You want to read. Ramayana you want to read. Wonderful. Malgudi days you want to read. Wonderful. That's great. It is very good to see that many of you are interested in reading books, and many of you already have a list of books that you want to read. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Very well said. Okay. Okay. Uh, I want to ask you a question. Now, this I want Srinath sir's help to unmute. Okay. Yeah, Srinath sir, are you there? Srinath sir?
Yes, Anand sir. Yes, sir.
You're there. So I'm going to ask a question and you need to help me with the unmute part.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir.
So I want one of you to speak about, share, if you have read a good book recently, how did that book reading benefit you? Who can share?
I'm just lowering everybody's hand right now.
Yeah.
I would request people to raise hands now. Okay, Shabari Vasan can. Okay, they have gone down. The okay, Insha, can you please unmute Insha?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, you can tell now, Insha.
Sir, recently I am very interested in reading books of APJ Abdul Kalam.
So what book did you read?
About APJ Abdul Kalam biography, autobiography.
What did you learn? How was the experience of reading, and what did
Sir,
you take away?
literally the language he had written is so polite, and the way he has written is said to be a compliment, sir.
Oh, wonderful. It's very polite and very simple.
Yes, sir, very.
So how will you describe your experience of reading that book?
Some means some of the book finds to be so boring, but while reading this book, I even starting imagine the pictures in my mind.
Wonderful. Thank you. What is your name? I couldn't see.
Insha, sir.
Isha.
Yes,
Insha.
sir.
Insha is no Isha or Insha?
Insha, sir.
Insha, thank you so much. Very well said. I'll give you a hand there. That's what I'm looking for. When you read a good book in a focused manner, it develops your imagination, visualization. Thank you, Insha, for that. Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you. Anyone else? Well said, Insha. Anyone else would like to share thought?
I would like Gopika Sri to unmute. Gopika Sri, can you unmute?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Which book did you read recently?
Sir, Albert Einstein.
My goodness, what is the title of the book?
Sir, Albert Einstein only, sir. The title is.
And who is the author?
Sir, I don't know the author, but.
How was the book? Okay, tell me, what was the experience of reading the book?
Sir, it was very nice, sir. In some pages, childhood pages or come notes, very fun, sir. And the Albert Einstein was thinking, sir, and I liked it, the thinking, sir. And some words like very big and long, it was tough to read, sir, and I can learn how to read that one, sir.
You found it tough to read. Yeah, good. But good you tried reading a book like that, because only when you find something tough, you learn more to read it. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you so much for sharing it. Thank you. One more.
Thank you. Okay. The
one
next
more.
One. Okay.
So Darshan Shekhar is asking to be unmuted.
Yeah, Darshan Shekhar, you can unmute now.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Darshan.
Sir, actually, in recent time, I have read a book named Secret of Leadership, sir.
Oh, written by?
Sir, I forgot the author, sir.
No
but
problem.
That book,
Tell me.
In that book, sir, for me that's a turning point, sir, because difficulty
turning point. Turning point.
Turning point, because sir, we all enjoy the weekend, sir. But all CEOs, they work 2 hours extra to be more effective, sir.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. What are the
In
book's
fact,
title?
sir,
What's the book title?
in fact, sir,
Secrets of Leadership, is it?
yes, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead. In fact, you're trying to tell me something. Go ahead.
Sir, yes, sir. In fact, sir, we will daily only work 6 hours, sir. But a CEO work 8 hours a day, and they never take a leave. They take a leave once in a blue moon.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That is so good to hear. That is so good to hear. Okay. Okay.
Sir, I read the book to be a good leader, sir. I'm the class leader of
Oh my goodness. Okay. So you are a class leader, which is why you went and excellent. See, that is why, again, I would like to give you a good hand. I didn't get your name again. Name again?
The Darshan.
Darshan. Sorry. Darshan, very good hand. That is what one more benefit of reading a book. You are in a role, you are doing something, it can really help you perform well. So you are a leader in your class and you're reading a book on leadership. It will definitely help you learn from all these great leaders and bring that into your classroom. Am I right or wrong?
Sir, of course, sir.
Correct. So leadership, this book has enhanced your knowledge on leadership. Can I say that?
Sir, yes, sir.
So no, knowledge is important to drive life, and reading is an important tool. And thanks, Darshan, for that wonderful sharing. Okay.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.
Yeah. So reading is important to drive your life because it is extreme. Reading really helps you build your thoughts, build your imagination, build your vision, and the vision is extremely important. Which is why they said the person is well read. When you say well read, they can think differently. That knowledge is important for life, which is why reading is a life skill. Reading builds lot of vision, lot of exposure, and it takes your life in a particular direction. Thank you so much. Okay, one more. I think in this reading section, I'm really liking the way you guys are responding. One more person request to unmute, sir, Srinath sir. You can unmute one more person. Very good share from the students.
Can I unmute Amudan? Yeah. Amudan, can you please unmute now? Amudan, you have been asking for a long time. Amudan, can you please unmute now? Amudan, please unmute. Now I'll go to the next person then.
Sir. Amudan, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I had read Power of Habit, sir. I had saw the first I bought that, sir. I was first impressed of that book because of its reviews, sir. And then so I bought it, but I thought the first 15 pages I read, it was very angry, sir, very irritating. But after that, I was thinking how to make myself to force to read it, because in the first 15 pages I had learned that this a quote also is there, no, so simply I say you can't decide your future, but your habits can decide your future. So that only, sir, I bought that book. So I thought it and read that 15 pages. So I got information. You can merge with
Thank you.
third
point, so, you get information. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I thought that I saw the book for it was a bit colorful, so I saw that and then tried to make it interesting. I saw that author and then I was just astonished because of the author, sir. He was Charles Duhigg, sir, but he only wrote Power of Habits. He was a famous author in New York Times. New York Times best-selling books. Nearly 2 to 3 years wrote. Sir, he has gone to Pulitzer Award also, sir. Very rare award for.
Power of Habit is a good book. Again, a good age to read because you guys are all building habits currently.
Yes, sir. And then I had learned about a lot about brain and the feel-good hormones.
Very good. Thank you. Thanks so much. I think that's again a wonderful share there. So I just want one more. So there is one person who's talking about on the chat. Let me see. Ria, can you unmute Ria, sir? R-E-Y-A, Ria.
1 minute, sir. Geology 7th standard. Ria, please unmute. Ria, you can unmute, Ria. Yeah.
Yeah, Ria, go ahead. I read that you've learned manners like forgiveness. Which book did you read?
Sir, I don't have.
Yeah, yeah, we can't hear
Sir,
you.
I don't have a particular book. I have read many books.
Oh my goodness. Okay, any particular book,
Sir,
any particular book that you have read that you can pick?
sir, I usually read short stories like 101 stories like that.
Okay, okay. In
So it
that,
doesn't have a particular
no
author,
problem. So,
sir.
how did you? What story or anything that made you learn the manners of forgiveness, like forgiveness?
Forgiveness, like sir, I have came across a story where a king helped a bird, and
Mm-hmm.
when the eagle came, he gave his I mean, own flesh. So he has
Okay,
given
very
own
good.
his own
Mhm.
flesh to just breaking it. So he has made a mistake, and he wants to solve it by
Okay,
himself, not talking to anyone immediately.
okay. So you learned forgiveness
So
from
this
that
is
story.
only one example. I have many.
No problem, no problem. What I liked is you said you learned
No, sir,
manners like.
another story.
No problem, no problem. We short on time, so next time we'll probably hear more stories from you. Thank you so much. I think this section has been extremely wonderful from the batch here, because I think what I like about, what I appreciate, I'll give you a good hand, is many of you are reading some really good and powerful books. Many of you are also reading books probably beyond your age or beyond people in school, which I really appreciate, because if you read them, it is going to help your life in a big manner. Thank you so much for this section, guys. I think that was great response from many of you. Yeah, so very simple. When you are going through a reading process, you need to have a good reading process in place. Okay, and what you need to do here is you need to have a list of books that you wish to read, and then set a goal that by what time you will read. Schedule a time for reading on a daily basis. Along with your school books, you also need to read other books. Schedule for reading which you love to read. That is how you can build your reading habit. Find a good nice place to read where there is lighting. Today people read without light. The light has to fall on your book. That is very important while reading. Eliminate distractions. When reading a book, slowly get into it rather than looking here, there, getting into TV distraction and all. Read actively. Don't stop with one book, two books. You guys have begun a good journey. Read actively. Keep a reading journal. What book did I read? What was the key message in the book? What did I learn? Which was I was asking from you. What would I learn from the book? What will I bring into my life from the book? Lot of things you can write in a journal. Carry a book everywhere you go. Today people have unfortunately forgotten books, and everyone is getting into a mobile. Whether you see in an aircraft, you see in a train, book is still the and lot of people across age groups say the best way to sleep, you get the best sleep when you have read a book before you go to sleep, because you have knowledge. And doctors suggest, because what happens is when you read, it powers your imagination, and a tired body, when you're imagining, it also gets you good sleep, and in the night you sleep really well. Not to say that book reading is to induce sleep. No, book reading develops your knowledge but also relaxes your mind a lot. That's what I would like to say. Srinath sir, I would like to take a 2 minute break. I need a glass of water. Is that okay, sir?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah, give me just 2 minutes. I'll just pick a glass of water and come back. Okay. Uh,
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm back. So, so that's the talk about reading. But today, communication. So these are four key aspects we focus on each four, and they are life skills. Mind you, they are you build the skills for life. Okay, they come with you till the end of your life. All these four important skills, and I wanted to pick this for you because you are at the right age to build them. Focus on them at this point in time. It will come 20 years later when you're grown up, you're probably working, you will appreciate the fact that you built this habit in school. Okay. Yeah, and this is not an advice like what parents give. I'm not giving like that. This is reality. Okay. Correct. Thank you. Now, but today I'm going to move to a latest context. Today what is also happening is communications platform has changed. It is more than meeting people to people, face to face. It has moved on online on a platform called social media, right? Also, so that is one platform. Second thing what I want to talk about before that is, communication skill also build people network for you, which is social skills, how you interact with people, what do you do, how would you communicate with people. You need to understand that social skills are extremely important today. So I'm going to talk about social communication skills for students. When I say students, people in the age group who are probably primarily in the school, right? So what are some social steps to build your social communication skills? Sharing. Okay, your social communication skill comes with sharing thoughts, feeling, and rational. If you're able to share a thought properly with a friend, even with a teacher, it is important rather than keeping silent. Cooperating. Social skills happen when you work in cooperation with people, right? When you cooperate, when you work with each other. Most important, listening is also another important thing. When you listen to other, you tend to understand the other person. Okay. Following directions, right? Respecting personal space of people, which means if someone does not want to do anything, you don't force them to do that. If someone is not interested in talking to you at one point, you leave them alone. Making eye contact, extremely important, and using manners like being respectful to elders, making sure you help others, good manners, thanking. Two simple good manners will go a long way in helping your life. That is saying thank you and saying sorry whenever the situation arises. Okay. And being humble. So you need to use these skills when you're interacting, working with people, because social skills are important today. How do you manage that will help you build a good interaction, that will help you build a good strong foundational relationship for your life, that will also help you build a lot of confidence. Okay, just a moment. Yeah, so that's what you do. Now, that's what I'm going to move to the social media part today. How many of you, okay, before I move to social media, how many of you have Facebook account? How many of you are communicating? Yeah, who has a doubt, sir? People have a lot of doubts here.
Yes, sir.
Someone has typed some 20 times. That is
Who's
Shiva Shashwat. Can you unmute him? Let's listen to his doubt quickly.
Okay, Shiva Shashwat, you can unmute now. Yes.
Sir,
Yeah, what is your doubt, Shiva?
sir, I have a doubt in following directors, sir. Directions.
Okay, what is the challenge you face?
What, sir? Can you come again?
What is the difficulty you face? I'm sorry. What is the difficulty you face?
I can't understand that alone, sir. Following directions means helping others or telling what are
Oh,
they
that
telling.
following directions. When I say following directions, there is a way to do everything. That's a right way to do everything. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Right way to sit in the class, right way to do an exam, write an exam, right way to talk to teacher. There's a right way, right?
Yes,
Follow
sir.
the right directions in life. Don't break the rules.
Oh,
Follow rules and directions is what I should have said. Now it's a doubt clear?
okay, sir.
Correct? It's a doubt. Thanks so much for clarifying that, Shiva, because I think that will bring clarity. A lot of people might be thinking on your lines. Basically, following rules, procedures, and the right direction in life, doing the right things, trying to do the right things all the time. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Sir, Sharana has a doubt.
So which name, sir?
Sharana S VVP.
Sharavana, yes, okay. Sharavana, you can unmute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go
Sir,
ahead.
you have said about communication, no, sir.
Ah,
Sir, if there is no communication, what will be happen, sir?
you tell me, no?
Sir, I don't know, sir. I'm asking you, sir.
You tell me, you think and tell me. What will happen if there is no communication?
Sir, without communication, my thinking there will be nothing will be happen on the earth, and no works, and everything will be so difficult to do, sir.
You've hit the nail on the head. Nothing will happen. Fight is also communication, Ria. Fight is also no communication, nothing will happen. There's so many human beings will not be able to survive, which is why communication is a life surviving skill. Now you understand, Shiv Sarvana?
Yes, sir.
You have the answer. You don't need to ask me at all. Exactly, nothing will happen. Right? People
Yes,
live,
sir.
human beings survive because man or human being is a social animal. I'm sure you're reading in civics, fifth to sixth. Have you read this statement? Man is a social animal. Now I will change it. Human being is a social animal. Have you read it? You will read it. It's one of the chapters in civics that I don't know which class it comes in as you go. Yeah, right. So we have very well said, Sharana. That nothing will move. Thank you,
Okay, sir.
Sharana.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Kanishka has a doubt, sir. Can you unmute her?
Yes, sir. 1 minute. Kanishka has not raised your hand. 1 minute.
Oh, she says, can you unmute me here?
There are two Kanishkas. Okay, she has raised her hands. Okay, you can unmute now, Kanishka.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah, sir. Kanishka, go ahead.
sir, how a boy told that we could not communicate with speaking, no, sir. So we can speak with our movement, eye contact, touch, space, voice.
That's what I said. No, you can speak with gestures also, but only with gestures, it is very difficult. You need to have words to support your communication.
That one is, sir, without that human have any that space, that touch, eye contact, that and all, he does not have anything in that we will tell no, sir, Adigaram, like that we will tell no, sir. In that time and all, humans cannot speak and they cannot do anything.
That is right. Are we living in that time today? Are we living in those times?
No, sir, but like that means how we can, sir.
No, that was then. No, that was then. Today, we will need communication to survive. Very simple. As on today, communication is a life skill. It is a compulsory must for all of us to learn, build, polish, and have a good, effective communication skill. That was in those days. Thank you, Kanishka, for that thought. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So, but the other context today is earlier there was limitation saying you can speak to people you meet, neighbors, students, classmates, and all. Today, if you see, communication is wide. I can reach out to anyone across the globe through social media. So today, how many of you? Okay. So I was asking, how many of you have Facebook, Twitter, or any other account? Please respond. On chat. Anyone who has any social media account, Facebook, Twitter, anyone here? Anyone who does blogging, who writes blogs? See, Kanishka has YouTube. Okay, Sharvana has a YouTube. Wonderful. Telegram is also not only Telegram. Telegram also. Yeah, see, blogs. So many people are there. It's a fact of life. It's a very important. Oh my goodness, Kapilesh has all. Insta, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Wonderful. Okay. People have YouTube channels here. Very good. Telegram, YouTube. See, it's part of our life. We all need to have. Magadi has Telegram. A lot of people have Telegram accounts and other stuff. So what is happening is we jump into this without knowing the rules, without knowing what we need to communicate. Okay. In that media, it is important to have a structured communication today. One of your effective, because we are going to communicate more in the future in that social media. We need to learn what is the right way in that media. Like we say, okay, what is the right way to behave and speak in the class? What is the right way to speak at home with parents, with friends? Similarly, when I say speak, communicate. So let me rephrase. What is the right way to communicate in class? What is the right way to communicate at home? What is the right way to communicate with students, whether we write or whether we read, whether we speak? Okay. Similarly, there is a right way to communicate in social media when you use these platforms. I'm just going to share some do's and don'ts that you should take care while many of you have YouTube channel, many of you have Facebook, everything. Please make sure that you follow those rules. Very important. That's again a life skill, because you're reaching people across and it's becoming a mode of communication for you. Yeah. Very simple. A few do's. Right? Do read your message before you click send. For YouTubers, do see your video again and again. What have you communicated before uploading those videos? Okay. Do introduce yourself whenever you friend or follow someone or join a call. Just don't jump in and speak. And as you go, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th classes, you will master it. Okay. Also, do comment on good work. Don't try and comment on any bad work. I mean, people jump to comment on bad work, but please compliment people on good work. That will create a positive relationship. Okay. Always be transparent and be honest in your interactions while you are interacting over that platform in the what do you say, social media, any media you use. Be honest and transparent. Do consider your audience. No difference between a public message and a private message. A public message is something that anyone and everyone can read. A private message is something only that person that you are sending can read. There are settings for it. Please learn those settings. Very important. Also very important, don't click send or upload when you are tired, angry, or emotional. Right, most important, because once you post a message, it is gone. It is difficult to take back. A lot of controversies in social media is happening. I don't know whether you know this. A couple of last year or so, I don't know, this famous India cricketer who's a BCCI president called Saurav Ganguly. His young daughter, who's in 10th or 11th, was in social media, and she wrote something, and that created a lot of trouble, and she had to pull back. She couldn't pull back. Okay. So a lot of people do that, and you got to be very careful whatever age, because once you send it out, you can't pull it back. Don't bully or gang up on people. Don't pull people down, disrespect people. No, that's not how it is. You are not obligated to follow or friend someone. Same, don't expect people to, oh, I have not have followers, I don't have likes, I don't have this thing. No, please don't do that. Don't post either your own or someone else. But that's a huge etiquette today. Telephone number, address, private thoughts should never be posted on social media. Okay. Yep. Right. So I think that would be mine. Any questions, any thoughts till here on social media, anything? I like to take few more questions. I think this batch has some very good questions. Can I have a few questions from all of you there? This batch is fantastic. I think they are having questions here. So let me take some questions there. Okay, sir, can you who has a question? No, not ready for the questions. If you have questions for me, like you have been asking, and yeah, so sir, that is Rutvishri. Oh, sorry, Rutvishri, I think, sir. Rutvishri is a girl who wants to ask some question. Can you just unmute her?
Ritvish,
Yes, sir. Sir, I thought to share this thing to everyone, because many people in our school makes the YouTube channel.
Good.
I watch many videos, craft videos. In
Okay.
that, like the people who gets more subscribe and share. The people go to an stage like a giveaway, and then they give the things like whatever they like. They ask their personal emails and something and all, address and everything. So that may lead to something wrong. So that's why I request
No, we
everyone
should
to be
not be.
careful.
Correct. Thank you so much, Utrishri, for sharing this very important information. People learn from what she's saying. Please do not give your private and personal information on social media. It is a rule of communication in social media. Please. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Utrishri, for that question. Anyone else? Anyone has a question? Yeah, Vandana sir. Vandana has a question. Vandana Talk B.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Vandana, yes. Vandana, you can unmute Vandana. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Happy afternoon. Happy evening, sir.
Happy evening, ma'am. Tell me.
Sir, most of the social media is not wrong, sir, and some of them have they go and jump into sir into that, and they got many of the troubles because of it, sir. So I avoid it always, sir. Only I watch it. I avoid it everything.
Yeah, so please avoid any controversial anything that you think, because it can land people in trouble. Yeah, please do not. Veya, thank you so much. Please, thanks Vandana for your question, for your thought actually, because I think we all of us are learning from what you are trying to sell us. Okay, and Veya, thanks for sharing. Spreading wrong news is another thing that people should not be doing. Okay, yeah, Shamshika. Okay, thank you. Okay, great. I think that's I'm at the end of my session today. There are people who have raised hands, sir. Can you just check?
Sir?
There are people who have a lot of hands have been raised. If not, I think I'm almost at the end of my session today.
Yeah, there are a couple of hands which are raised.
Yeah.
But few of them are raised for a long time now.
Yeah. So Kanishka has already spoken. Anyone else has a thought? Or else I think I will close that session today. I'll say thank you to all of you. First of all, wonderful interacting with this batch of students, because what I liked about is the way you asked questions, the way you shared your thought, and what I'm very impressed and very happy about is the quality of books that many of you are reading. Keep improving on that. Keep doing well and follow this four important to have effective communication. Follow these four important skills of communicating, of listening, reading, writing, and speaking, and also practice good social communication skills. And please follow do's and don't rules on social media. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Srinath sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for that. Sujit sir, you are there?
Yes, Srinath sir.
Yeah, you can end the formal ending, sir.
Right. Anand sir, thank you so much for the wonderful session, Anand sir. I'm sure that
thank you
would have enjoyed. We enjoyed along with the children. It was worth the time. I would like to invite Adya from the Velluman International School. Adya, if you can officially end the session by your vote of thanks. Yes, Adya.
Good evening to all present here. There is never an end. It is just a new beginning in disguise. It becomes pleasant when the old is bid adieu with gratitude. I, Adya from the Velamal International School, take this opportunity to thank everyone who made this event possible. I thank the Almighty for the boundless blessings that has convened here for the successful conduction of today's event. My revered gratitude to our dearest Director Sir and Director Ma'am for their untiring efforts to create the best of opportunities, to not just widen our academic horizons, but to become worthy individuals for life. My heartfelt thanks to Mr. Murali Chirot sir, our creative director, for this wonderful session. I sincerely thank our esteemed guest, Mr. Anand Kumar Narayan, for introducing us to our own selves and make ourselves confidently confront the demands of future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I thank Mr. Birish, Head of Chitravati, Mr. Srinath, Head of Business Strategies, Vice Presidents, Zonal Heads, Principals, Supervisory Heads, teachers, and everyone who has come together with their efforts to make this event possible. I thank our dear parents and student friends who have seized the opportunity to equip the necessary life skills to meet the challenges that lie ahead with all grace and poise. Thank you, friends. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sujit sir. Thank you,
Thank you,
Srinath
sir.
sir.
Thank you, Anand sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Adya.
Thank you, Adya. Thank
Sir,
you.
thank you,
Thank
Good
you,
evening.
sir.
Thank you.
children for
Goodbye.
joining.
Thank you, Anand
Thank you
sir.
all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you, all of
Thank
you.
you
Thank
all.
you,
Thank
Anand
you.
sir.
Thank you, Vivish sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Murli sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Murli sir. Thank you.